Hello YouTube, this is Saints929 on behalf of 7 Gaming, and I'm back. Been away for a little bit of a while. I've been on a bit of a break from gaming, but now I'm back with a vengeance. I'm hoping to get a lot of more videos out, more a bit Battlefield 3, and hopefully some more of Dust, and perhaps even some Eve in there slightly. Today I'm bringing you a bit of a treat, something very, very different. I haven't done it before, and this is just to give you guys a chance to have a look at it. This is The Last of Us. Now, this is an absolutely brilliant game. If you haven't already picked it up or you haven't had the chance to play it, do. I think it's one of the best games I've probably ever played. Now, I absolutely love games like Dust and Borderlands, games like this, and I genuinely think this game, single player campaign, is one of the best I've ever played. And I'll try and explain a little bit about it. I won't talk for too long. I'm sure you guys just want to watch this sort of gameplay, get an idea of what the game would be like. Now, there's various different sorts of missions, so this isn't a true reflection of the whole game. Or the game as a whole. This only reflects on this particular part, and this part I chose because it gives you kind of an insight into different sort of aspects, or a few of the different aspects, but doesn't give away the storyline too much, and will allow you guys to go away and enjoy the game for what it is. Now, first things first, what I love about The Last of Us. Now, I think what you can see already is the graphics of the game. Now, the graphics are brilliant, whether it be the grass, whether it be the water, whether it be the fact that in some missions you've been out in the rain and you come out of the rain and it's the fact that you look soaked. It's so much detail. It's brilliant. Now, I'm playing on PS3, so naturally that's going to be perhaps not as nice as it probably would be on PC or the next gen consoles, which I'll talk about in a little bit. However, even on PS3, I think it looks visually brilliant. Everything's gone and been put in so nicely, and it's really enjoyable just to watch the game as it goes on. And one of the news stories was in fact that they've gone to so much effort that in one of the posters they'd originally put up phone numbers, and it was a naughty poster. We'll call it naughty for you younger viewers. The older viewers kind of know what I mean, but it was a sex phone line poster, and the guy that designed it had actually in fact put a real number in, and it wasn't until the most recent patch that they had to remove it because people had been calling up and getting naughty answers. But that just shows you an example of how detailed they were when it came to just even small aspects in the game. Next things is little actions in the game as well, so sort of movements, the fact that you may touch your face at certain points, things like that when the game is not necessarily in the height of combat. It's just those little details. Even when you're in combat and you're hiding behind a wall, if you get too close to the other main character, which is Ellie, you'll actually put your arm round her instead of through her or crouching towards yourself or pulling yourself in. Sorry. Now, I think that sort of detail is brilliant, and it's great to see that a game that's put its designers have put so much time and effort into making every little aspect like that really good. Gameplay wise, I love the gameplay. It's very, very immersive. There's different styles you can play in. You can do a little bit of stealth, as I try to do here, but you can also run and gun. You have to have the skills. You've got skills, your crafting, and just generally the way you play can affect the style of game you get. Now, naturally, if you run and gun, it'll probably be far more brutal, far more action, and far more high-paced. However, I like the fact that once you slow it down a bit and you have a think, this game really pushes you to think tactically how to get around certain obstacles. As you can see, you can throw objects to distract enemies, you can throw incendiaries or mines almost that can take out enemies at distance. But you can also use your weapons. As you see, I use the bow a lot. I love the bow because it's such a stealth weapon, and I think that's great for a game that allows you to do in what is a linear game. It allows you to experience it in several different ways and allows you to play the way you want to. You don't even need to take out an enemy, you just have to be very, very stealthy. Now, I'm not that stealthy, I have to take out enemies, so as you'll see here, I will do. Now, the next thing that's next is the storyline. Now, I genuinely think this is, as I said, one of the best single player campaigns I've played. The storyline is brilliant. It makes you emotionally attached. Things happen and it's like watching a movie, and a lot of gamers who have played the game will say I'm absolutely distraught at that sort of happening, and then you're almost elated when certain other things happen, and this game really does bring that out in you. there are some bits that I genuinely, when playing, was devastated. One of them being the end, of course, and there's some bits that I was really happy, and I'm glad they did. And that's great, a game that's so immersive, and that's something I think I've been missing from a lot of the games at the moment. From the cutscenes to just general gameplay, it was brilliant. And part of that was the dialogue between Ellie and Joel. You've got certain things that they say between each other that not even in the cutscenes, in the cinematic scenes, just walking about at certain points in the game, there's certain things they say that just add to the effect. Now, I've only briefly played multiplayer, and I'd love to say that I was successful in multiplayer, but I wasn't. But I do think there's a market there for a gaming corporation like Seven, who has several players that can go in and work together and can dominate. I think if you've got a good team behind you, you could probably win. At the moment, I don't think there's that sort of group, because it isn't a high number of people in the game. There's only about 8 of you, and therefore the 4 of you and your team really do have to be on mic almost and be talking and getting things done. Now, that, as I said, is a market, so if any of you guys join Seven and you want to play Last of Us, I'm quite happy to play multiplayer. I know we've got a couple of other guys that also play multiplayer. And on that note, Seven Gaming is still recruiting. Our recruitment is now open. Most specifically, our recruitment's open in Dust 514. We're looking to get quite a few more players, actually. We want to get a lot more actives, and especially if you're in the EU, you're an invaluable asset if you're in the EU. We're a majority American-based clan, but the more EU players, the better. And naturally, I want more people to play at my sort of time, so that would be brilliant. Next, we still have guys that play Battlefield 3. So if you're looking to play Battlefield 3 with a couple of guys, be sure to join Seven. We are also, naturally, because we've got Dust, we're looking for EVE Online players. So if you're looking for EVE, you're looking for a little bit of a casual corporation that will not necessarily tax you so much and will be a little bit easy and allow you to be up in high sec, whether it be mining or whether it be just doing career missions, then that's the corp for you. Next, we're looking to create a Gran Turismo league. Now, I know Gran Turismo 5 is almost going out the window soon, because you've got the next gen consoles with Gran Turismo 6, which I cannot wait, because I think that's going to look brilliant. But we're looking to set up a league as the game starts to filter out to the newer version as such. And in that league, we're looking for players who've got laps, we've got all different types of maps, different cars, and get it going and set up almost fixtures. So it'll be like almost an F1 sort of race, hopefully. If we can get enough guys, that would be awesome. Naturally, The Last of Us, as you've seen here, which I hope you're enjoying. It's a little bit slower pace, as you said, because it's a bit stealthy. But if you guys want to see more of this sort of footage, I'm going to go through my second playthrough. So be sure to let me know, and I'll start putting it up. Even if it's just tips or tricks, just let me know, I'll get it all up. Borderlands 1 and 2, we've still got lots of guys playing those games. Now, they are absolutely brilliant. I believe I got one Borderlands 2 video up, quite a long one. So if you're not into Borderlands 2, don't bother watching it. But if you are, you do, it's Terra Morpheus. Great fight. And if you're looking for Borderlands 2 players, 7 again is the place for you. Other games that we've got are Defiance. We've got a couple of guys in there, and sadly, as all gaming corporations do, we do have a couple of COD players. But if you're looking for guys to play with, hit us up. Finally, the last thing I want to say is a couple of guys have been asking me about next gen consoles, what I'm doing, what I'd like to do. Naturally, I've played PS3 now for 2-3 years, and I'm going to stick with Sony. I've enjoyed playing on the PlayStation, so regardless of what the next gen consoles were going to be like, I was always going to pick PS4. However, I think a lot of PS3 guys will go to PS4. I also think a lot of Xbox guys will go there as well, because I think, as you can understand, with the slightly lower price and the kind of better graphics and capabilities of the PS4, I think it makes it, shall we say, far more enticing to gamers. What games am I looking for? Someone asked me this, and naturally, being a Battlefield 3 player, when I started off, I'm so excited for Battlefield 4. I watched the multiplayer gameplay trailers, and I cannot wait. It looks absolutely stunning, and I really do hope that they've made an effort to really hone in on those weapons and get it to the standard we were hoping Battlefield 3 would stay at, but maybe it's kind of drifted from the mark. I think Battlefield 4 will be slightly different. I think Battlefield 4 will be groundbreaking, like Battlefield 3 was when it first came out, I think. Next game is Watch Dogs. Now, Watch Dogs, I think it's a bit like Assassin's Creed, but set in a modern era, and it again looks stunning, and I cannot wait for that. That should be brilliant on next gen consoles. And finally, something I saw at E3, which I may be the only one in 7 that's interested, but of course it has to be Star Wars Battlefront by DICE, because I think that literally there is no game that could challenge that game if it comes out and it's good. I cannot wait. I'm so excited about that. Now, as I said, this is just a brief trying to get back into it video. I should hopefully have more videos up soon. I know that I've got a couple of Battlefield 3 lined up. Some good footage from Battlefield 3. I will admit I found it hard trying to get dust footage up, but I am quite willing to jump on and do some more tutorials. I do know that I need to do an updated skills tutorial, and I will get onto that for you guys. But if you've got anything you want me to do, if there's any of the games that I've mentioned, or there's another game, completely new game that you want me to check out, you want me to do tips, you want me to do hints, you want me to do tutorials, just let me know, guys, because I'm quite happy to do it. And yeah. This has been The Last of Us. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's going to entice you into getting the game. So we have a few more guys in there. And I hope you've enjoyed the vid, guys. See you later, guys.
Watch your step. That water looks pretty deep.
Hey, that's what we can do once we're done.
What's that?
Teach you how to swim.
You got it.
We can't reach the top. All right, just stick to the edge. It's shallow over there. Freezing!
And another jam door. All right. In your foot.
Okay.
Come on. Get that door open. Look out! You okay?
Yeah. It just surprised me. Man, I can't wait for those things to be wiped out.